Ah, it's Wee Owl from across the shuck. No, this is a loaner video from Paddy, hence that intro, I'm sorry, who has extremely kindly, he sent these to Eric from Slick Slicers and then gave him express permission to send them to me to review as well before sending them back to him. Again, just the generosity of trust in some random poxy little channel is phenomenal. I don't know. I mean, I know what these are. One of these is a Zipslip, the Vanguard version, which I've now got all three. Well, there are four. There's a custom. I don't have the money to buy a custom like that. That's insane. So I'm just gonna have to stick with the mid tech. I've got the mid tech. I've got the high end Kizer, and this is the Vanguard Kizer. I'm thrilled to just be able to put them all three together. I can't wait to see if do you know what? I'll go into that in that video. The other one is a JE made, like an ATS version of a JE made. I don't know which is which, so I'm just going to pick this one, and whichever this happens to be is going to be, that is the Zipslip. Goodie. So this is obviously not the case it comes in. It comes in that standard, I imagine, that standard Kizer beige box. Oh, it does look nice in blue. Oh, they've done such a good job on this as well. You've still got the Vagnino logo up there. Yep, no problem. Ah, this is making me question why I spent so much on mine now. Oh, it's lovely. This is absolutely fantastic. There's not much I can say about this that really adds anything, but let me go and get the boys. Okay, so this is the baseline model. I think last time I looked, this was about £65 on Heine. You can then, if you really want, titanium scales and S35VN over N690, and N690, by the way, is fantastic. I've no problems with N690, nothing whatsoever. I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to things like HCR13 MOV and things like that. But as soon as you hit D2, I'm fine. I can sharpen my knives. And even HCR13, like I'm thinking about buying another knife that's HCR13 that's not cheap, but you know, I'm not, after all that steel stuff, I'm really, it's just reset my preconceptions of steel. They'll all do the job. That is your mid-range. That's about 180. And like I said, all it is a steel change and a scale change. The knife operates the same. It sounds the same. You're literally just paying for premium materials. I would argue that the Vanguard's actually a little bit better, because having used the mid-tech, if you don't like your money, if you don't like keeping it, you can buy the mid-tech. Oh, greasy hands. No, it's not. It's just the finish on that. Okay, yeah, if you don't like your money, you can pay for the mid-tech, which has a different pivot, has fatter scales, and a darker and a deeper carrier pocket clip. Slightly different, you know, just some random slightly different things. For an extra, like, I think that's 232 something pounds. And it's K110 as well, which is supposed to be like a ultra edge retention D2, I think. But you'll have to double check that one. So obviously, this isn't the real comparison. We all know where we stand with this. What I will say is the scales on this actually take away a little bit, because if your hands are wet, you can really slip off this titanium. It's fantastically finished. It's got a really nice little. I've said enough about that. but it's a wonderful finish, and you know that's like a sandblasted matty kind of, fine with that. But yeah, this one I would say is probably going to be the least useful of those three. It's got great materials on that lot, and it's only about a hair. It's only if you've got wet hands. Every other situation is fine. It carries thinner in the pocket. It's yeah. Ooh, I'd say it's a little bit heavier than this one. It's a little bit lighter than this one. It's certainly lighter than that one. Let me chuck that one over there. The real comparison here is these two. Is it worth buying the mid-tech? Let's have a look. So what's different? First of all, on the mid-tech, you're likely to get a bit of an iffy grind. I've tried to sort that out on mine now. But yeah, if you look, let's put them up here. You can see the pocket clip on the mid-tech is deeper but comes out more. So that is that's odd. Now I thought the mid-tech was actually going to be worse because it comes out more, but I think the height actually it's because it sweeps down. Right, okay. So the pocket clip on the mid-tech is actually more comfortable. You bloody well hope so, I guess, but I wasn't expecting that. The finish is, of course, more consistent on the Vanguard, but I'd say, you know, it's got a handmade feel on the mid-tech there. You're ever so slightly thicker on the mid-tech than you are on the Vanguard. But yeah, the grip on this is far superior to the grip on this. This is definitely a I don't know how much I'm going to use this one now that I've got this one, but yeah, honestly, I'd say like the noise on this is better. If we do a little comparison, like you just get a little, this one and this one, you get the little ring out with the Kizer ones. With the actual Vagnino, it's just a, so although the action's still phenomenal, it doesn't have that same, and I this runs on ball bearings, and this runs on I think it's phosphor bronze and a thin slice of Teflon. I can't tell the difference. I think this one actually might be smoother. Which, you know, hence when it gets to that half stop, it does that nice little, whereas when this one gets to the half stop, it just sort of stops. Obviously, I'm already sold on the Zipslip. I already know it's a fantastic knife. I have two of them. I don't think there's anywhere near enough difference between the Vanguard and the mid-tech to justify the mid-tech. I would almost argue that certain elements, now I'm going to say this, the finish on the G10, like just that sort of finish, is nicer to me. Not by much, you know, this certainly has elements of it, but see, that one's more, I don't know, just dulled. Maybe it's the colour, but this one's more brilliant. This one has like a better sheen to it. I like the pivot more, certainly, but it's a pivot. Other than that, though, I suppose as well, like the hardware's recessed into the handles on this one, where on this one it's, you know, you can very much feel it. And I wanted to say the machining on the back was better on the custom, like the mid-tech, but it's not really. They're both great. Look, okay, so what you're paying for on this one, you're paying for K110, you're paying for Vagnino to hand finish parts of this, you're paying for a better pocket clip. This one's a bit shiny for me, is all I'm going to say. This one is certainly more comfortable. What about this one? Yeah, that one. I mean, not to say this is uncomfortable by any stretch. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this one's a hair better. You know, the similarities between these are so close. It's everything I'm saying that's better or worse on each is, we're talking like such a small difference. So yeah, that one you can just about feel the end of. It's the same. These two feel the same, obviously. This one, where he's just extended it a little bit, so it comes up a bit more. And if you can see, it sweeps down very violently at the top there. Whereas this one sort of is a perfect semicircle instead of sweeping down. And then this one is just slightly more comfortable. Like the rest of it feels the same. It's just this top bit. This one, the top bit can maybe poke into your hand. And it's not uncomfortable. It's just you can feel it. That's all I'm saying. This one, you can't really feel it. I would say, though, that on these two, both of the more expensive models, I prefer the clip anyway, because this has a shiny clip and these two are like matted out. I'll see if I can illuminate that. So like, see that glinting there, and then with these, look, it's sort of, if we get that actually on the light. Either way, this one's shinier than those two. Small point. I don't think the mid-tech's worth it. I mean, personally, for me, I do, because I really like the Zipslip. This is one of my favourite knives ever. I'm super blown away by the Zipslip. So to have one that Vagnino himself has worked on is sublime. I'm really happy with this, and I'm not sorry that I spent the money on it. But for the average Joe, I'd maybe get this out of the mix. Just from a practicality standpoint, if you, like I said, if you really want the materials, sure, this will do fine. It's great and it's lovely. This is an absolutely lovely knife. I love this one as well. But from a practicality standpoint, those two fit in the hand better. Those two grip better. So it's between these two for me. I would actually say these are better than the titanium one. Do you want to focus? There you go. Yeah, I'd say these two are better for practicality. I wouldn't say there's enough differences between the mid-tech and the Vanguard to justify the price of the mid-tech. I'd say that's literally for people like me that are ultra fans of the Zipslip. I think if you're looking at a Zipslip and you're on the fence, just go right on ahead and buy this one. Save yourself your money. You're getting all the experience of the wonderful action of the. But it's the same. In fact, it's a higher pitch on this one. I wonder if that's different between knives. It's similar enough. You're getting all of the noise. You're getting all the beautiful action for a fraction of the price. If you really don't like G10, and I'm fine with it, I think you can do beautiful G10. I mean, if we can look at that. Look at that G10. Just really glints and catches the eye. And this one's, you know, it's not as like, you know, it's just straight lines on this, whereas on this one you've got like, you know, curves and whooshes and things like that. You know, it's a little more boring, but it's still, if you're fine with G10 like I am, I just say absolutely just go for this. This is Absolutely stunning, this little one. And I've got a review coming up of this MidTech, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about that now. I guess I'll just review them both at the same time. Alright then, cheers for watching. Thank you very much.